the other thing I was going to ask you, coming back to this car, is as you mentioned, there's multiple seat configurations, isn't there?
Yeah.
So what does that? What are they?
So again, it depends on the user and their needs. So the way I have this vehicle set up at the moment, if it was not a demonstration vehicle and just my own, I generally go for passenger seat where you are. My seat is the 6-way, and then my chair would be behind the passenger seats. Yeah. And then from there, I'd have probably 2 seats called tip and folds in the rear, which would then give me 2 additional seats for passengers in the rear of the car. And that still gives me plenty of seating and plenty of space to get in and out.
Yeah.
But really depends on what people need. You could have rather than having a rear access lift like I have, you could have a side access lift.
Yeah.
And then you could have a bench seat in the rear, and that would give you 3 sort of seating spaces. Sorry, I'm driving at the same time. I'm just going to pull over so I can stop and chat with you at the same time. So, because we've been driving around in circles, I've got no idea where we are. Yeah. But no, so from that point of view, we can have a bench seat in the rear, and that would give you 3 seated points. And then you could still have a passenger seated solution next to me, or a wheelchair position like you're in, and a 6-way seat, and somebody could do a transfer. Or you could have driver's seat, passenger seat, and a seat behind, and a wheelchair position next to it. So, you can be very flexible as to what you choose, really.
Well, your oyster, basically.
Well, that's it.
It's very versatile.
I mean, that's the beauty of it, and that's where having the home demonstration really comes into its own, because you can say, okay, we'll go on a drive that you would do normally, see where you're going, and then make a decision from there, really.
Yeah. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. Because I know the passenger seat is a 6-way, because obviously it got taken out before I got in the vehicle. But in terms of the other seats, like the driver's seat and the rear seats, are they standard sort of Mercedes seats?
Oh yeah, I mean they would be. We would any sort of full seats would be the even my seat, which is the 6-way seat. We've still put the same leather seat to match in with all the other seats.
Yeah.
So we'd match everything in, and if we did the tip and fold seats, for example, that fold out of the way, we would still have those leather matched to match up with the vehicle. So they wouldn't be Mercedes standard, but they still match in with all the other seats when they're there, because we equally we want to make sure that, like I was saying before about it's a beautiful vehicle, and what we don't want to do is have our conversion take away from that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, it is a fantastic vehicle, and in terms of spec, I mean, we've already covered the aircon and everything like that, but I mean, you've got sat nav and cruise control, and
I've got sat nav. You've got all the sort of high-end safety equipment. So we've got blind spot monitoring on this one. We've got the 360 camera, which we mentioned before.
Yeah.
I find that absolutely invaluable, because I'm driving with hand controls. Obviously we've got the mirrors when you're looking around, but just for that extra reassurance, I can't do the sort of turning while I'm driving. The 360 camera is absolutely fantastic. I find that invaluable because, well, to be frank, I'm not the best parker in the world, so any assistance I get is always better for me.
I'm sure you're better than me, Chris. Yeah, and the thing I've noticed with that is that it's the camera feed is, well, obviously it's live, but it's very quick. There's no delay.
Yeah, no, it's very instantaneous. You get a good rear view camera, and then you get the sort of what I would say is like a helicopter view of directly down on top of the vehicle. so you can see all the way around you. So
Yeah.
it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And then it's got a brilliant stereo system in it, and this is just a standard one. You can upgrade it, but it's fantastic. You've got, as I say, cruise control and speed limiter fitted. You know, all the bits and pieces that you want. This one, even with having a 6-way seat, I've still got a heated seat, which is brilliant. So we still wire it in, even though my seat is completely adjustable. On those cold mornings, I can still have a warm back when I want. So,
cool.
Which is a nice touch.
Yeah, definitely.
And we've also got what Mercedes call their Panoramic Roof in this one, which is 2 individual sunroofs, and we've got a complete cover as well, so we can open those up or open the windows just behind your head there if you want a bit of extra airflow and that sort of thing.
Also, I'm guessing the cover must be good for when it's on a hot day.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I've got it closed. I've got it closed up today because otherwise it would feel a bit even hotter than we used to. So yeah, no, we're doing very well, I think.
The thing I like about this as well is that it looks like it's got a lot of touchscreen controls, but it's also got buttons, which a lot of the newer models lose and yeah, so that's good really, because depending on the age and sort of type of person that's driving it, some people find the touch controls a lot easier to navigate than others.
Yeah, no, I mean this one actually hasn't got touchscreen. I've got a small screen on this one, but the new model now that's would come out has a much bigger screen. It's all touch control, but it does have haptic buttons for your aircon and moving around in it as well. So
cool.
It's not just relying on that screen touch, because, like you said, some people don't really get on with that. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, I'm an advocate for touchscreen technology, obviously, but the thing is as well, sometimes you get all fingerprints over the touchscreen, and it's not great to see in sunlight and everything like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the menus can be quite cumbersome if you want to just get something
just
quickly.
Turning the heat up or whatever. You don't want something that's going to distract you from what you're doing when you're driving. No, brilliant.
I know a lot of cars are doing gesture. Gestures to turn up the volume and stuff like that, and I've seen some reviews, and yeah, it just looks barbaric when people are doing these
random hand movements.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else in?
Well, I don't know whether your sort of audience has got any sort of queries, or whether you've had anything raised either about sort of how you would get access to sort of having a demonstration with one of these vehicles or anything like that. But from that point of view, for us, you can literally just either contact us by calling into the office or through the website, and one of our guys will be in touch, and we arrange to come out and visit you at home. The guys over the phone will talk about your chair and things like that and what you're looking for, and then hopefully we'll get the first vehicle out to you that you think is going to be right. But if you try one and it's not right, we'll try different vehicles, and we'll make sure that what all your needs are met and the vehicle just suits you ideally. And ultimately, even if we can't provide the vehicle that ultimately you're looking for, we would point you in the right direction. But it's very rare that we can't get the right vehicle for somebody when they need it from us.